Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Juliana and I love sharing beauty content online. So first I started off with strobe cream as my primer. Next I use a small tiny dot of under eye corrector only in spots where I had a little bit of darkness and discoloration, and I just tried to use this because I was trying to just kind of minimize as much product on my skin as possible. So I used as little of this product, even though you won't see it like with my other makeup on. I use as little of this product as possible. Next, only in the center of my face, I used a dual fiber brush and I applied a lighter foundation to my face. And with this, I tried to use as minimal product as possible just to keep it very clean and very fresh. Um, and so I probably used maybe like two dots or so, and then just tried to spread it out as thin as possible. Mainly, this will change the color of the skin, not necessarily anything else. And then I'm going to use that same brush in order to apply a darker foundation to the perimeter of my face. And this is the foundation that actually matches my skin tone. I do a lighter foundation in the center of my face and then a foundation that matches my skin tone on the outer perimeter, because this is just a really easy highlighting hack. It just kind of gives instant brightness to the center of my face and kind of highlights and contours without needing to know, all of the where to put what product rules and stuff like that. And then for some additional coverage, I applied some concealer underneath my eyes and just kind of did the highlighting trick with this concealer, just because this is my favorite technique. I really love the way that underneath my eyes look flat and just kind of very radiant when I do this trick. So I applied some concealer underneath and now I'm blending it out with a beauty sponge, or a beauty blender, sorry. And then whatever's left on my sponge, I'm just going to apply on top of my eyelid just to give my eyes a little bit of natural brightness. Well, I guess not natural brightness, but the appearance of natural brightness. And then I'm going to set that whole area underneath my eye with this setting powder in orange. It's called Topaz, and I'm using a big puff to set that in place. I have larger pores, you guys, so I like to use a puff to set my powders in place. It just seems like it kind of helps to minimize and kind of take away the appearance of the pores when I use a puff opposed to a beauty blender or a brush. Next, I'm going to lightly fill in the head of my brow with a pencil that is pretty much a dark brown. And I'm just lightly feathering it in, the color at the head of the brow, because I just don't want that to be a block of color. I want it to look very, very natural, at least the head, and then the tail is going to look a little bit more precise. But I just want to use the pencil at the head because this will ensure that the hairs come through and they look just very, very natural and groomed and clean. Then with the tail of the brow, I'm going to use an angled brush and a brow gel just to not only extend the brow but also help to fill in the tail hairs, because at the tail is pretty much where the thinnest amount of hair is for me. So I like to use a brow gel and just kind of blend it in almost like halfway into the eye on top of a little bit of the brow pencil area, and then let it dry. And then after it dries, use a spoolie to blend the pencil into the gel. Next, with soft circular motions, I'm going to use my powder brush in order to apply a powder that matches my skin tone to the perimeter of my face. And then after I do that, kind of use the remaining what's left on the brush to blend on top of the lighter portion of my face. So I'm kind of doing more of a gradient effect and focusing the darker color and heavier product on the outer parts of my face, and then blending it in towards the inner portion of my face with what's left on the brush. And then I take a blush brush and bronze the outer perimeter of my face, so right on the cheekbones and then along the top hairline and then to the other cheekbone. Using that same bronzer and a fluffy dome shaped brush, I am going to do a wash of color on the on my eyelid, kind of staying very close to my eyebrow. I'm doing this with my eye open to make sure that it doesn't fall into the crease of my eye and I can't see the color when my eye is open. So I'm going to hold my eye, make sure that my eye is open, and really focus on applying this color to the upper portion of my eye and then also along the bottom of my eye. It's a really easy way to apply color and a little bit of warmth to the skin without looking like you know, having dramatic eyeshadow or anything like that. So for this look, I just didn't want a lot of eyeshadow and I didn't want a lot of color. So the easiest thing to do is just apply some bronzer since it's already on my face, and it'll just match seamlessly with everything else, and it'll just kind of look like a kind of a shadow and a warmth that's in my eyes than anything else. Then to add some definition to my eyeline, I'm going to start and apply this eyeliner pen, and I always start my eyeliner pen in the middle and then I go to the end. After mascara, I applied a pencil liner to my bottom lid along the waterline from the outer corner to the inner corner. Kind of like a rim of black liner all around the eye. Then I added a pair of false lashes, and once those were dry, kind of like 75% dry, I take these tweezers and I squeeze the false lash and my real lash together so that they look as natural as possible. As I wait for that to dry, I'm now going to put some mascara on my bottom lashes. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my lips, and I'm going to dab a little bit of this liquid lipstick onto my lips and then blend it out with my finger. And by doing this and thinning it out to my top and bottom lips, I make it more of a stain, so it's a little bit more of an everyday wear. And then this specific product comes with a gloss on the other end. So once the kind of lip stain dries, I can apply a gloss right on top of it, and it's absolutely gorgeous and ready for the day.